sounds fun. Join us. Come on and join us on the front porch. On the front porch with Randy and friends.
Hello everybody, I'm Randy Ross with Front Porch Chat and Friends. We are coming to you live from Orlando, Florida today at the beautiful home of Elizabeth Liz Shepard here in beautiful Orlando, Florida, right here in our backyard. Look at this, it's just amazing. We also have Maxine Earhart. A lot of you might know Maxine from Maxine's On Shine in downtown Orlando. Love that flower and the glass, it's so signature. And of course, our resident attorney, lawyer, Roger Scott. Always providing us his interesting perspective. But today's show is all about women. We're going to talk about women in business, successful women in business, how they got there, and what they're doing to keep it there. And we're going to start, Liz, right with you. Tell us a little bit more about Bebe's and Liz's on Park Avenue in Winter Park. How'd you start it? How have you kept it going now some 30 plus years, which is just amazing. How did you do that?
Do you want me to start all over
I want
again?
you to start right from the beginning.
Okay, all right. Well, let's see. I was 12, Randy. No. No. Well, it was a dream, and I found myself pregnant a little later in life, and I had a baby boy, and I couldn't find anything for him to wear in this town. And I said, you know, what's the problem here? No children's stores. And I went home from work one night, and I said to my husband, I think I need to open a baby store. And he said, why don't you? And the next thing you know, I'm in the kids business. And I have to say, it was successful almost from the moment I opened my doors. Well, there was nothing in Winter Park.
Sure.
And surrounding areas. All we had was department stores at that time. And Randy, I mean, when I say I started with nothing, I started with nothing. I had $3,000 in traveler's checks in my pocket when I left for the very first show. And I know all the reps in New York were, I'm sure, talking about me and making fun.
Who's this lady from Orlando?
Who's this woman with the 250 square foot store?
Oh, wow.
It was under the stairwell in the old Colony Theater, right now where Pottery Barn is. That's where I started out. And I had free rent because I was managing the building at that time for the company that owned the building. So we traded out for the first couple of years, and I'm sure that's a big part of what enabled me to keep going, because I'm sure you know what the rent is like on Park Ave.
Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine.
So 3.5 years in, I moved into the present location I'm in right now, and then I expanded another 3 years after that and took over the store next door.
How do you keep the brand going? Because obviously if you started out as a baby store, now I know you have adult women's wear and things like that. You were just involved recently with the Cattle Barons Ball and provided a bunch of clothing to them. How did that all transition?
Well, basically the children that I've been dressing for the past 33 years, 10 years ago or more, they grew out of my store. And the pressure was on. Miss Liz, where do we go now to buy our clothes? So 10 years ago, I finally gave in. I said, okay, we'll give it a try. And basically that's when I went into juniors and women's wear. It just went hand in hand. Because, I mean, basically, Randy, I'm dressing third generation right now. I mean, some, grandmothers that started out as young mothers in my store with their kids. Now, those children have children. So it's actually, it's very exciting, and it makes me very, very happy to know that all these people keep coming back.
Well, obviously you've created a strong brand, and there's a lot of women that look at you as a model for how they might want to do their own business. And that kind of takes us to Maxine. Maxine, you and your husband started this amazing restaurant downtown. It's been other restaurants before, but you've made it very successful. You're part of the brand, the flower and all of it. Tell us a little bit about how you guys ended up in the restaurant business, and more importantly, how did you make it successful?
Well, hard work. Long, hard hours.
Oh, cheers, everybody. Grab your cocktails. Whenever you see the little Betty icon come up in the corner of the screen, make sure you take a drink of coffee or whatever it is.
24/7.
I mean, yes, that's what I was going to say. Isn't it true for both of you? And I know it is in my business that you're never off of work.
Never.
You're
whatever. I know
Well,
you're
there's that
talking 1 in the
expression,
morning.
we work 80, so we don't have to work 40.
That's right.
That's what somebody told me. To be an entrepreneur,
Yeah, that's
you work
right.
more hours, but you work the hours you choose to work, and you choose to work very long hours.
Yes.
My husband had always been in the restaurant business. He always wanted to own his own business. I am a firm believer of standing by my man and being his
You
partner.
and Tammy Wynette.
Yeah, and when he thought to name the restaurant Maxine's, it's because I am a world traveler for many years, and I do not cook. However, I do, but I ate
But
out
you
at a lot
host.
of restaurants.
Amazingly.
Yes, I'm a very good hostess. I actually worked at Alfredo's at Disney.
did
Most
you
people
really?
don't know that.
Did you?
I was a general manager, but only for customer service,
Well, that's
which
cool.
actually, oddly enough, 20 years later, fits right in
Fits
to
right
what
in,
I'm doing.
absolutely.
I just read an article, matter of fact, the other day in the Washington Post, that they say that it's called old-fashioned hospitality to have the owner of the restaurant actually walk around and talk to everybody at the tables.
And
So you do
that.
something
for-
You do that, and
You
what
do
I do.
something for
You guys
years
do.
and then they come up with a name for it.
Right, exactly. And I also am one of the very few, I think only, restaurateur in Orlando that actually sings at her own restaurant.
I didn't even know you were a singer until
Yeah.
today.
Well, when I was Miss New York State in 1979.
Miss New York State.
Yeah.
There she
Yeah.
is.
New York State.
Well, Liz and I were attracted to each other because
That's
she
right.
is involved with beauty pageants as well. And when she was talking, I didn't want to interrupt her, but she just doesn't have any old clothes. She has fabulous clothes.
Oh, I've heard she has an
Women,
amazing
she
closet
makes
of
women.
clothes.
If you don't go to Liz's just because you want to look like everybody else, you want to look fabulous.
Well, look at
And
her today. She looks glamorous.
I know.
I heard somebody off set say
Well,
that.
she's
She
one of
looks
my mentors
glamorous,
now. I got
yes.
invited over today. I was just going to hang out and
I
watch
would wear
her.
this maybe someplace. Maybe.
We'll put you in some
To
zebra
the
and some
Parliament House
leopard.
possibly, but no, I didn't say that.
I
But
heard
go
the
ahead,
draft
let's
still exists,
continue.
that you
Tell
got
us more
drafted.
about your husband. And I know, when we go to the restaurant, you guys are really good with the wine and the
Yeah.
whole part of in enveloping the palate and all the food that goes together. Tell us how that all came
Well,
together.
we're very fortunate. First of all, my husband's experience, he was a wine rep for a fine wine team for 5 years. So I've learned recently about only 6% of most restaurants do their own wine list. So my husband, because of his experience, he does our wine list. So he's able to find wines that people are not aware of yet. He knows they're amazing. He'll put them on the wine list. He'll let people try them, not to be afraid. And you'll never find anything that's in 7-Eleven or Publix or Total Wine on our wine list. We have a very
Really?
exclusive list, yeah. And I'm very proud of that.
Yeah.
Very proud of his hard work. And I thought the logo, by the way, was just going to be the name, Maxine.
Right.
And so one day he said, "Hey, go over and check your email." And I was like, "Okay." And up pops this logo of me with the flower in my hair, because I do
a
dress like
signature.
this.
It's a signature.
And I really need these glasses to see. Which, by the way, most little note, most people don't know. My husband actually chose my glasses.
Really?
Because I don't look at myself. He's the one who has to look at me all the time. So I let him do it. And so he kind of created my signature look, because I love my glasses.
My wife chose mine.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
I have no sense of style,
Those
though.
wire rims, Roger, look great. They
Yes,
really
they
do.
I have no
do.
sense of style, so I need my wife to pick things up like this.
I like the fact that that the logo has a glass of wine in my hand. You know, I told you that, it's in my logo. Yes, it's true. Sometimes there's water or pomegranate juice in there, but I'm not going to
Liz,
deny
how
it.
does your family feel about you owning your own business? I mean, you have a very supportive husband, but how do your children feel about it? And obviously, you had to take time away from your children in order to generate and create your business.
Yes, so that's a hard part when you have small children, Randy, definitely. You do have, your partner definitely has to be behind you 100%. And because you need somebody there when your children are small.
Right.
So, my whole family's very proud of me. I'm originally from Canada.
Really?
So,
I didn't know that.
uh-huh,
We're in Canada.
Canada.
from Toronto.
Isn't that how it goes?
Beautiful city.
Yes, isn't it a
Beautiful
lovely
city.
city?
When did you move to Orlando?
I've been here 40-some years now.
Wow, okay, so you've been here a long
long time ago, when I was 12. You're right. Remember that?
Remember 12.
12. That's the magic number for me.
Yes.
But no, they're very proud, and they know, though, what a hard worker. We were all raised that way, though. I come from a big Italian family, and everybody's hard workers.
So I'm going to ask you both. Share with me, if you had to give advice to, let's say, a woman out there, actually even a man for that matter, but that is thinking about starting their own business. What are the steps that you would think they need to do? What are the things they need to do? It's not just the money part of it. What's the inspiration that they need to find in order to really decide this is what they want to do? Or are they better off working for somebody else and never owning their own business?
Well, I think the first thing they have to know is there has to be a passion for what they decide they want to do. It doesn't matter if it's retail or somebody that wants to open an electrical business or a restaurant like Maxine's. There has to be great passion there and a real drive to do it and be successful. And in this economy, you definitely have to dot all your I's and cross your T's. Unfortunately, now I feel it does come down to a lot with the money situation.
Sure.
Because of the economy that we are in. Anybody entering the retail business right now, especially as a small entrepreneur with a boutique, I would say it's going to be tough.
It's a difficult
going to be
business.
Real tough, because in the last 7 years or so, Randy, I have seen so many small businesses go, especially in my particular industry.
Sure.
And I was just at market in New York, and it was an extremely slow market, very scary. And they were telling me out of like 6 states that they are repping, people that I've known for years and years now, they're down to 150 specialty stores. That's scary.
That is scary.
That is very scary. And unfortunately,
But you're still here.
Yes, I am. But let me tell you that nothing's going to put me down. I can tell you right now, nothing's
love
going to
that
put me
attitude.
down.
I love it.
Nothing.
Maxine, do you have anything you would share?
I didn't know. I apologize. Well, I obviously it's all about hard work. There's no doubt about that if you're going to own your own business. But a lot of our success came from I volunteer a lot. I volunteer everywhere I can. I constantly I got really involved with philanthropy. The restaurant has a woman's name attached to it. I got to know a lot of different women, including Liz. I am the emerging designer chair for Park Avenue Fashion Week.
Right.
I got involved with Runway to Hope for Cancer for Children. I joined Council 101 at the museum,
Right.
Orlando Museum of Art. And women love to
You're
support
part of
other
Fem
women.
too, aren't you? Or
Pardon me?
Aren't you part of? I know you're part of Council 101. That's right.
Yes. Well, women love to. I found that women really love to support other women as well. You know, so I put myself out there. So my husband's back at the restaurant. You know, I slaving
do all the
away.
hard work.
Well, you know, I'm not going to deny that. It's a lot of hard work going out every night, Randy.
Well,
Can I chime in on this one, Randy?
yeah, we're
Just
wrapping
listen.
up, Roger,
Okay.
real quick.
I was just going to say, and you probably should add my wife on, who's my business partner. We're running a professional business. I'd say people shouldn't do it unless they love what they do so much that they do it on their off time, that they just can't help themselves from doing it. They're obsessed with it.
That is
Right.
very
That's the only
true.
time you should go in for yourself, I'd say.
Absolutely.
Well, everybody, we are going to be coming back in just a second. First of all, thank you guys so much
Oh, you're
for
very
coming
welcome.
on to
Very
the show.
welcome.
And thank you very much. We appreciate
No,
it.
I
Thank
mean,
you for having
love
us.
you both. You're both glamorous, amazing women, and I think you're a great inspiration to a lot of people. When we come back, we are going to have Jessalyn Park, who is a local artist who has just taken the social media by storm, and actually it's all of her art that's behind us as well here at Liz's house. So we'll be back in just a second, and thank you for tuning in to Front Porch Chat with Randy and Friends.
Randy and Friends.
Hi, I'm Randy Ross.
First thing people should do, I would say, is start listening and shut up.
Don't say black on black crime. We had this conversation.
Everybody was like, whoa, he's not a cop, what's up?
The statistics are the statistics.
I'm no stranger to politics, but I'm bringing it to you with a twist. Whenever you hear us say the word politics, go ahead and drop a drink.
I ran for office, right? I lost. It's a fact.
You know what? It's perhaps a socioeconomic education level issue.
Whatever community you're talking about, it's about people.
Okay, we understand the issues. So what are we going to do? We have to learn respect again.
Fine, you greedy bastard.
sell
Here's
it.
your $5.
That's a
on.
And I will say cheers to that.
Cheers.
Politics, yeah.
Real people, real discussions, and cocktails every Sunday at 11. So you drink coffee every day?
Yes.
Do you put Jack Daniels in it every time?
That gives me the boost I need.
Oh, jeez. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Front Porch Chat with Randy and Friends. I am so excited to have our next guest on today. Her name is Jessalyn Park. I've learned about Jessalyn through social media long before I ever had a chance to meet her. And today what we're going to talk about is not only her success through social media, but her art in general. She's not always been an artist, but she's turned that into a successful business. So as we celebrate women in business, Jessalyn, tell us, how did you get started in this?
Sure.
And we're surrounded by your art, by the way. This is
Yes.
just amazing.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you. Well, it's a little over 3 years ago now, and I just, I had just moved to Orlando not too long before that, and I just was kind of like at a feeling like, oh, there has to be more, you know.
Were you already on social media then? How did you get the
I had a
social media presence?
Facebook.
Okay, you had a Facebook.
Yeah, I had a Facebook and you know, I had a little Twitter and stuff. I mean, I wasn't.
But a little Twitter, you have like how many people following you?
On Twitter?
Yeah.
Like 30,000 or
30,000
35,000
people.
something like that.
How did you create that audience?
I don't know. Twitter, I don't know. Facebook, I know. Twitter,
Okay,
I think
all
it's just because I have them all linked together.
Sure.
And if you use hashtags, some people, you know, on Twitter, I think they just kind of gravitated. And I followed a lot of people on Twitter too.
Okay.
So Twitter is kind of like, you know, it's its own little beast.
Right.
Facebook, though, is the one that is really hard to get followers. And I have almost 45,000.
45,000. So
Yeah.
combined between Twitter and Facebook, you have 75,000 people following you.
Well, on my personal Facebook, I also have 15,000. So it's almost 100,000.
You know, that's very strange. A lot of people can't do that. That's very
Yeah.
difficult to accomplish. What were you said you were following other people, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think before we even get into the art, because I'm interested in this too, because you know, we need followers on Facebook for our show. How did you do that? How did you get people interested enough? Was it the art or was it stories?
It was the art.
Okay, it was the art.
Yeah, it was the art. Well, they're bright
Right.
and they're cheery and they make people happy. What I started doing when I first got the Facebook is I used my personal page and I would say, hey, everyone, please like my page. Started off at
Right.
0,
Very
like
simple.
everyone else.
Right.
You know, within a few weeks, I had a few hundred. And then a few months, I had maybe just 2,000 or so. And what I kept doing is I just kept having contests. And I'd paint something new and I'd have them help me name the painting.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, I just kind of, I encouraged them to
I'll have
participate
people
with
name
me.
my shorts or something.
Yeah,
Colors
there
of
you
my
go.
shorts or whatever. That's a great idea. I love that.
Yeah, so that's basically what I did. It was just all about engagement and having them engage with me. And then the winner of the Name This Painting contest would receive a free print of that painting once I got prints made. And so that's basically how it started. And then once you get to a certain point on Facebook, you become featured in their related pages. And so in the last year, I think it was like a year ago, I was at 13,000 and now I'm at 43,000. So
That's
in the last year,
fascinating.
I've just gotten 30.
First of all, congratulations. That's
Thank
and I
you.
love social media. So to hear somebody do such
Thank
great
you.
success, that's amazing. Talk to us about the paintings. How did you? Because you have a very unique style. You don't even use brushes, as I understand it.
I
So
have
can
my
you share
Yeah,
something
sure.
with us?
So I use palette knives for my paintings. There's a few here that I've done brushes with, but for the most part, these are my tools right here. This is a brand new set that I just got. And so knife painting is pretty cool because it allows you to have a lot of texture. And I have a painting right here. You can see there's just tons of texture and I paint in a style that's called Impressionism. I learned from the great Leonid Afremov. I don't know if you're familiar with him.
I know, no.
He's amazing. If you guys ever have a chance, please Google him. He is a Russian artist. He lives in Mexico. It was all part of me finding myself like 3 years ago. I went to Mexico alone, all by myself.
Really?
For 7 days, and I trained with this guy, you know, that I saw over
Just
the
out of
internet.
the blue, you decided you're going to go to Mexico and go train with somebody.
Yes.
That had to be scary.
It was scary. It was very scary.
Well, you've obviously accomplished a lot as a local artist because, you know, in the art scene, in all art scenes throughout the country, it's difficult to get a following and get
Yeah.
people interested. So if you had to give some advice to people out there that are artists that may not, you know, necessarily know how to get started, obviously the social media part helped you greatly.
It did.
But help us to understand how you would encourage other artists to do what you're doing.
Okay. Well, I have a degree in marketing.
Okay, well that helps.
That does help.
Oh, marketing. Yes, that's a great thing.
So I would say take a marketing class or two, you know, just to learn the basics of it.
Okay.
And then another thing I did too is when I first started, I applied for every single local show there was. I got turned down by the Orlando Museum of Art.
Yes, you did. Twice, as I understand
I did. I got turned down
twice. And just recently,
twice.
they asked you to come back and speak, as I understand.
They did.
That's hysterical.
Yes.
Yeah.
I applied for City Arts Factory. I had, you know, I
And
did
they all
all
said
the
no.
shows. City Arts said yes.
City Art said yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Orlando Museum of Art is the only one that said no.
Continue.
But then they said yes.
But then they said yes.
And now
so that's
my
good.
art is still there. So
That's
I have,
fantastic.
Yeah. Anyways, I would.
We need to get you at Maxine's on Shine. She was on earlier in the show.
Yes.
We need to get you at
Oh,
her
that would be
place.
great.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a little plug for Maxine's on Shine.
There we go.
Just so you know, on Shine in downtown Orlando.
I would just say, just take a few marketing classes, learn about social media, but also get out there and meet people and make connections and build your social media presence with real people that you really know.
Right.
And that's how it really started happening, because I would say, please share my work with your friends, and they would share it. And then now people, I have one picture has over 275,000 shares.
Oh my gosh, that is so amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That is awesome.
It's awesome.
You should be really extremely proud about that.
I am.
That is awesome. How can people find out about you? Where can they go? Do you have like a website or something where they can go take a look at your art?
Ironically, I don't really have a website. I use
so
Facebook.
you just use that?
Yeah, I use Facebook. I have a Fine Art America website where people can buy prints, but if they want to buy like originals, contact me through Facebook. You can Google my name, Jessalyn Park, and I am on all 50,000 pages.
Wow, that is 50,000
I'm
pages.
kidding.
Lord.
No, but if you just jessalynpark.com and it redirects you to my Facebook.
Wow.
So that's basically it. Just Facebook. I have an Instagram too, at Jessalyn Park. I'm not famous on Instagram though.
Really? Because usually images are more powerful.
Yeah, I'm working on
Instagram.
it. I'm working on it. Facebook is where the bread and butter is at. They love me on Facebook.
That is fantastic. Thank you so much for
Thank you,
coming
Randy,
and
for
sharing
having
your
me.
story, sharing your art. I've watched you for so long, and I just continue to wish you the best of luck in what you're doing. And you're an inspiration to not only female artists and female business owners out there, but also men who are thinking about getting into this genre, if you will. All right, everybody, thank you very much. Thank our guest, Jessalyn Park. We'll be back in just a second with Shirley Stamper. We are going to talk a little bit about swamp salsa, y'all. When I was a kid, we used to actually sit on the front porch. That was our social media of the day. We would sit there and talk to neighbors that would pass by, or the phone might ring. It was one of the kind you still used to have to dial. Today, I still have conversations on the front porch. Now we have our iPhones and our iPads, and often you'll see us drinking a Merlot or a Chardonnay, whatever it's going to take to keep that conversation going. Hello everybody, and welcome back to Front Porch Chat with Randy and Friends. A few years ago, I got to meet an amazing woman named Shirley Stamper. She had actually participated in a walk and was this person that I saw doing so much volunteer work throughout the community. I'm actually having a hard time even composing myself as I say this right now because she's just such an amazing person. Recently, we reached out to her with some folks that were homeless, and just yesterday, I saw her bringing food to people. So long before we get into her segment regarding her swamp salsa and her small business success story, we have a present for her that we wanted to share with her with our good friend Big Persona, who is a national recording artist. He's a good friend of hers as well. And Shirley, we just wanted to give you something to remind
my little brother
from another mother.
You see the resemblance? We are brother and sister.
Well, Shirley, what we wanted to do was just do a small act of generosity, or just to say thank you for all of the beautiful things that you do that go unnoticed in the community and whatnot.
You do them without a lot of requests. You do it often without being asked.
Oh, they're so sweet.
No hidden
Thank
agendas, just because people need it.
I love you guys.
Thank you, Big.
Thank
you very
you so much.
much. Good
Love
luck
you,
on your
I'll
tour
talk to
and
you
your new
soon.
song.
Yes.
Okay, so now we get to continue.
Yes.
Thank you so much for everything you do in the community.
Oh, you're
seriously.
welcome. I love what I do.
Talk to us about, how did you get in the catering business? How did you create Swamp Salsa? How did it all happen?
Well, it all started in the kitchen at age 7. Mama told me in Kentucky in the mountains that I couldn't help prepare dinner until I was tall enough to reach the stove. So I thought about it and thought about it. I could only draw water from the well. That's all I was tall enough to do. So I took a chair and turned it around so the back of the chair was facing the stove, and I climbed up there and I said, "Look, Mama, me reach. I can reach." So I've been cooking ever since. So I just watched her and threw stuff together and.
But how did this salsa come up? How did you create
Because I
that?
started cooking for several vegan, vegetarian, health-conscious friends.
Right.
And they were basically getting tired of all the same foods. Portobello, you can only do so much with portobellos, and fresh veggies. So they needed more protein options. So it's very high fiber, high protein.
What's in it? Without telling us what's in it. I mean, I'm sure you have to
Well,
tell us.
let me
but
tell you what's in it, but I won't really tell you what's in it. I can do that. I got this. It's got black-eyed peas because I'm from Kentucky, so that's
I've
my
never
heritage.
could imagine putting black-eyed peas in salsa.
Absolutely. That was my last thing I added to it before I packaged it for stores to sell. It's got fresh, organic, locally grown cilantro, scallions, tomatoes, and garlic. That's all local, fresh, organic. And then it's got black-eyed peas, black beans, green chili peppers. There's no heat in it. And here's the thing, there's no sugar and no preservatives. So it's very healthy. And there's no heat in it, but if you add a jalapeno, it's really good.
So that kind of takes us to social media. I know you're, and I want to talk to all the ladies about this. I know you're a huge fan of social media. It's important to your business.
Huge.
If we can talk about that, ladies in general, and we'll start with you. Tell us how social media has impacted your business.
Well, every time I drop my salsa off at, ABC, the Meat House, Hacienda, we got this new restaurant in College Park that just opened. They put it on the table so people can eat it while they're having their dinner, and then they want to buy it and take it home.
Okay.
It's called The Post. And so I'd always promote them to let people know, all my fans know where to go buy it fresh.
Wait, and I bet they're taking pictures of it, right? And they're
Yes! Yes!
Posting it on Facebook.
Yes. So I tell them, when you get your salsa and you get it home, take a picture with what you do with it. The Winter Park Fire Department goes through like a gallon a week. They squish
You're
it in their
kidding me.
hamburger meat and they grill it. It's amazing. You put it on top of yes. You squish it in your hamburger meat.
I don't know about that.
And
No,
then
I
you
don't
grill
know
it.
about
Then you
that.
don't have, because they get those calls and they have to run. They can grab their burger off the grill and they don't need ketchup and lettuce and all that stuff because it's already in there. It's really, really good that way.
Okay.
But my favorite
well,
is
it's delicious. I've had it.
no,
but
it's
I don't know
really
about
good.
a
You can put
hamburger.
it over top of chopped romaine lettuce, over top of scrambled eggs. So I tell people, take your picture of what you do with it and send it in, and we give out dinner parties every week.
Now, earlier you were telling me a story. Are you comfortable talking about?
Oh. Is this going to be on TV?
It doesn't have to be. We can
Well,
still
we
talk.
can do it.
We can. Let's do it. Let's talk
We
about
can
it,
do
and
it.
you can
It might help
decide.
somebody
It's up to
down the
you.
road.
You're right.
Okay. Well,
It's okay.
I'm starting.
Don't.
No, it's okay. You all don't know this. So that's why it's kind of hard. Okay, well, it's going to get out anyway. I don't read and write. I barely made it through high school. Only person in my immediate family that actually graduated. I tried to go through college just to say I went to college. I didn't make it the first semester. The professors brought me into a meeting and said, Shirley, Shirley, Shirley. They were just shocked at how I got there. So obviously I didn't make it very long. So I had to pull in my street smarts. It was time to use your street smarts and move forward. So that's why I have to do things a little slower. But I did take
But
the
you don't do
swamp
anything
salsa.
slow. I watch everything you do.
No,
It's
but to
with a-
start
oh,
out,
okay.
I had to because I can't read and write. Remember, I
Right,
can't.
right.
I don't do letters. I don't read very good at all. I'm no good at all. If it
I
wasn't
don't
for
like to
Siri,
read
if it
either,
wasn't for
so
Siri, I wouldn't make it through a
love
day.
Siri. That's right.
Siri helps me get through the day. So I basically had to use. It was just all street smarts. It was just and volunteering. Everything. Everybody calls me. It's like, I don't say, let me get you some services. I'm like, what's your address?
Right.
I don't know any other way. But by doing that, I have gotten myself so busy. We don't advertise. We have never advertised in our company in 9
That's
years.
because you're everywhere.
That's right.
You don't need to advertise. You just there she
You
is.
are everywhere.
No, I've never heard you say no.
Well,
and
I don't know how to
so
say
many
no.
people.
I don't know how to say no. I
Yeah.
started out cooking for the church and doing fellowship time on Sunday mornings, which I love doing every Sunday morning, and doing the church dinners on Wednesday. And then I wanted to do more. So then I started selling Pampered Chef to get in people's homes to show our products. And next thing you know, it's just turned into full-blown for 9 years now, full-blown catering.
Wow.
And it's full-time.
Well, thank you for sharing that.
Well, thank
It's
you.
going to help people, Shirley. It's going to help a lot of people.
I just don't want people to think like I thought back in 1975. I was like, okay, I can't read and write. I can't even go to college. What am I going to do? I'm going to be in fast food all my life. So what did I do? I go to McDonald's and did great. I raised up the charts.
Sure, I'm sure.
I was the fry station queen for years. Nobody touched my fries. But then I shortly realized this ain't going to cut it.
Right.
I wanted a new car. You can't do that on McDonald's wages. So
And you got a great car. I've seen it. So
Okay, we
it's
won't go
working.
there.
It's working.
Oh, that's from catering.
Social media. Let's talk about it, ladies.
Well, the social media has really changed the restaurant industry. I mean, considering, everyone has to take a picture of their food before they eat it. And
That's a
people
good
want to
point.
stop the server and have them take a picture of them with all their friends. So
Right.
it slows down service. Sometimes the food gets cold and they want us to take it back after they take their photo,
Right.
and they want us to take it back and microwave, and we're like, no, we don't microwave the food. It comes out. That's the way it happens. But it helps because every time someone takes a photo, they'll put it on social media and they'll share it with all their friends, and it's kind of fun. Sometimes late at night, I know all three of us.
I know, because we've done
We
it.
are all up really late at night. We can all text each other at 1 o'clock in the morning. That's what hard workers we are in our business,
Yes.
okay? And we're all on Facebook and social media and talking to each other late at night when we're not actually at our
love
business.
that, you will not succeed at it. I can firmly tell you that. I know too many people in the catering that even started after me that's already gone. It's because they don't love it. They do it to pay the bills. They do it because it's fun for a time. You have to have passion. Do you not have to have the passion? I mean, we don't lay awake at midnight because we have nothing better to do. We're on there. We're working it. We're, you know.
Well,
you just have
I
to
think
love
there's
it.
also a certain amount of curiosity. I want to know what you're doing.
I want to know what you're doing too.
The nosy ladies.
I mean,
are
I always
Liz.
want to know what's going on.
Liz just won Miss. Is it Miss or Miss? How did they call?
What is
Mrs.
your
Corporate
title?
Miss.
What is your title?
I
I
don't-
want to
and
try
I-
on the crown, by the way. I think we should bring it out for the last second.
Yeah. And I was excited. She invited me to go to the award ceremony. I was like so excited.
That's too
And we
cool.
kind of got to know each other through meeting at events and social media and just seeing who are all the hardworking ladies out there. We all gravitate to each other.
Yeah,
That's a good
we
thing.
do.
That's
We
a good
do.
thing.
We
That's a
do.
good
And we
thing.
help them.
Maxine, can you talk a little bit more? I know that you guys display art, and we're surrounded by art today. I know you guys display art in your restaurant. Talk to us about why and how does that work for you and things like that.
Kurt and I are huge supporters of the arts in Orlando. That's why when we created Maxine's, it was about we wanted to change out the art every month, and we wanted to have live music, local music that have original music as well, because and so that's why we're not just a restaurant. We had to create something that
Right,
was
something
different.
different.
We all do something that's a little different than everybody else. So that's our niche. Is that and to us it's not new. I mean, we look at it. That's the way restaurants were. The artists used to always show their art in restaurants, and then and so we're very supportive of our artists. We don't take any money, first of all, from our artists. We also don't take any responsibility. So we felt the best thing to do, we don't take any money, except unless somebody puts it on a credit card and we have a fee.
Right.
And we also, the entire month that the artist is up at Maxine's, we feed the artists as well. Anytime they come in, they eat
really?
and drink for free. Oh yeah, we are
Cool
huge
idea.
supporters of
So
the
they're
arts.
all hanging out there.
So we're not, that was the whole idea, is that we want writers and musicians and artists
great
and
idea. I didn't know that.
politicians and philosophers. We want everybody hanging out at the restaurant, enjoying themselves just like it's supposed to be.
Now, Shirley, I know you don't
like
do
it.
this alone. John helps you, and
Yep.
sometimes John's in the back seat. You're always in the front seat. But we want to give John a little bit of credit too,
Well,
because
he's
he helps.
into-
I know with Girls Standing Together
Yep.
and all the different things you guys do out in the community. John is often there with you.
Anytime we have something where we need to use the big event grill, where he has to smoke the stuff or grill it or whatever, he's always on site doing that. I'm doing more of the smaller stuff because he's into flipping houses right now. So he's a flipping and I'm a
He's
chopping.
a flipping and you're a chopping.
I'm a chopping.
Tell us a little bit. Has social media impacted your business at all?
Absolutely, Randy. If you would have told me 15 years ago that I would have social media working for me right now, and I have an employee that does nothing but social media.
Oh, it's a
for
full-time
me.
job.
Oh, I
It's
believe that.
definitely a full-time job. She does a great job, and I mean, we went from literally, I don't know, 100 followers to thousands and thousands of them now, and it just every day, every single day, we've got new people following us on a regular basis.
And I'm not going to tell your birthday, but happy birthday, because you just celebrated a birthday. So
Yes,
we want to
I
make
did.
sure that we recognize that happy birthday to you.
Thank you, Randy.
Any last words of advice as we kind of just, this show is about celebrating women, the businesses that they own, the businesses that they're in. Any advice that you can give to women, Shirley, or men for that matter, if you want the truth, but when it comes to creating your own business and making it work?
You just have to find something that you are 100% passionate about and that you would do it. Here's how I look at it. If I would do this for free and not get paid, would I still do it? That's what keeps me going every day.
What
I
made
would do
you
it for free.
yesterday? Because I know that 2 days ago you delivered food to the folks that were being evicted, but you did it again yesterday. You didn't even know. First of all, you didn't know we were going to be there.
I had no idea.
You knew that you didn't know Channel 9 was any
No.
of the local stations were going to be there. You came again. What made you do that?
Because I thought about our little friend that's, talking for that group. And I just happened to think about her. I was praying about him, and her little face, so sweet, came to my came to in my prayers, and I'm like, I had to call her. So I called her, and I said, is there anything y'all need today? I said, I just need to know now because I got a little window I could do something. She said, well, I was trying to figure out what to do for dinner. I said, for how many people? She said, about 14 to 15 for the group I'm doing for. I said, well, why don't I just go to Publix and get rotisserie chickens? And I ended up getting rolls too. And
nobody's paying for that. You handle that. You're taking care of that.
Yeah, that's the least. I mean, God has blessed me so much. I have to, if I don't keep doing that kind of stuff, I feel like He's going to forget, I don't know. There's just this, I'm just so blessed in my catering and all my products that we're doing and the swamp salsa and other stuff we're working on. I feel like I have to keep giving because the more I give, the more I get. And it's amazing. I tell Glenda all the time, if I could just package what I feel in my heart when I do stuff like that, if I could just package that little pill and give it to people, none of us, we'd all be sitting out handing out pills all day. Because you can't
Yes,
tell
we
people
would,
how
yes, we
good it
would.
feels to give back and to do for other people. People don't get it.
And I know you, Maxine, you're in that
Maxine's
same.
big
I
on that.
know
You're big
Liz.
on
I
that.
just know because I just happened
Yeah.
to run into
With all
Liz
the
other day on
fashion
Park
shows that
Avenue. I know
Liz
she does
does for
tons
free.
of fashion shows, and she's always out there. And you've said now they can come in your own closet.
Yeah, baby.
Oh,
was
we're
very
all going
excited.
back in the closet, folks. But back to Maxine, talk to us as well. I know you're in that same situation where you're constantly being asked, give.
But I was a little more calculated, I think. I'll tell you, I have a passion for fashion, actually, more than the restaurant business. So I started going through magazines in Orlando and seeing where all the fashion shows were and seeing who all the women were and what everybody was doing. And I started attending the Orange Appeals Women's Conference, and I attended the different various luncheons in town, and I volunteered for the Cattle Barons
And
Ball
you did that
emerging
without
designers.
provocation. You did that on your own and
I did that on my
decided
own.
you
When
were
I
going to apply that.
actually worked for C for a little
Right.
while, where I get my glasses, and one of the things that they appreciated about me is I said, hey, I noticed there's a Winter Park Chamber meeting at 7:30 in the morning. There's a breakfast. Can I go? And they looked at me and said, yeah, we'd love for you to go. So I did that on my own because I showed leadership, and I think that's
Right.
part of success is just you don't wait for somebody to tell you what to do.
Right, exactly.
You
I
look
agree
and
with
see
you
what can I
200%
do.
on that one.
What can I do?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Well, ladies,
Let me get you a bite of salsa. I thought you would never ask.
well,
love
let's
her
try
salsa.
the salsa. I want
I
to try it. I
want to show you.
absolutely
Now,
try it.
also,
Now, what are you giving us?
I usually serve this with a corn chip,
Okay.
but this is veggie chips that are baked, not fried.
Now, fortunately, I've had this before. I think it's amazing, so I already know it's amazing.
Yeah, you know it. But I made that just this morning. It's so much better when it's made the same day. Isn't it?
Oh, you made the whole thing.
Yeah. You girls can wait. You don't
While
want
we're
to drip it on
talking
you.
about this, tell us how did you?
I'll wait till after camera.
How do you even design your own packaging? How did you get to that place where you created your own brand?
Well,
like
I
that?
was putting it in mason jars and realized, okay, those are heavy.
They break.
And they break, yes. This one seals and it won't drip. Like you can bounce this. And
Right.
the label.
Did someone tell you to do this, or do you just
No,
on your
I
own
just,
did this?
you know what I did? I snuck around. I did a sneaky thing. I went to grocery stores and looked at packaging, took pictures, and called around and got prices on things. And then after I got that going really good.
Because you guys also have spices.
We have the spices. We have the Johnny Kebab 6-pack. So we have a 6-pack of all the spices, bread dipping, and our oil. And we sell it all on johnandshirleyscatering.com.
Oh, that's a little
And we
plug
ship
right
every
there.
day. Oh, sorry.
We'll send you an invoice. It's okay.
And then we also have our own water, which is free at any of our events. We have our own special water. And yes, we put our little CR code on there so people can scan that on their smartphone and download it.
See, I'm learning from her.
Well, I mean, between her and Jesselyn Park, when it comes to marketing, we all could learn something, right?
And isn't it ironic how big Orlando is? And we're all right here, and we love each other. We're on Facebook. We see each other at midnight every night, and it's just amazing. Orlando's really not as big as people think it is.
No, it's not. All right, everybody. Well, thank you very much for joining Front Porch Chat with Randy and Friends. Thank you so much, Liz, for letting us in your house today. We're going to do a little cheers for that.
Very welcome.
Your house is absolutely, we think your husband too. I mean, you're new, relatively new home. You've actually been here since October.
Yes.
So that's fantastic.
Oh, we cater baby showers, just so you know.
We thank you, Shirley. Thank you so much for all you do in the community, as well as thank you for being here today, Maxine. And we also want to give a shout out to your husband, who's out there running the restaurant right now while you're here. We thank our production crew and our cast. Everybody, thank you very much, and we'll see you again on the porch.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We hope that you'll join us every week so we can talk about politics, a little bit of pop culture, and whatever's happening in our community that's going to change and help us all make us a better place to live, work, and play. So tune in to Front Porch Chat with Randy every Sunday at 11. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Front Porch Chat with Randy and Friends. As we do on every show, we wrap up the show with Betty. So Betty, we get to talk a little bit with you today about what you saw, what you thought, and everything else, but I understand there is a queen in the house. There is a queen, yes.
I thought it was
Liz is the 2015 Corporate America, and she is going to potentially let you, oh my gosh, she's putting on the, I want to borrow it myself. I want to wear that out to the club.
I love it. Love it.
Thank you, Liz. Thank you for your hospitality, and thank you for letting us be at your house today as well. Okay, guys, so what we're going to do at this point, we are wrapping up the show. We are going to talk a little bit. Betty, what did you think about today's show?
I loved it. I liked the enthusiasm, the information that I got. I want to learn how to make the salsa, of course.
Absolutely not.
I can't wait to eat it. I just had a bite. That's all she gave me.
I'll give you more.
But it was delicious.
What did you think about the fact that Liz has been in this business now, living in this town for 30 plus years? She's a woman that had created her own business. We're celebrating women today. What are your thoughts about a woman that can do that for such a long period of time? That's pretty amazing, I think.
It's a long time to be that in business and be successful at it. That's what I got from that.
What do you think about Jesselyn's art?
Oh, I love it. Love it. It's beautiful. It's bright.
What do you not like about it?
Nothing. There's nothing I don't like about it. I like everything. It's beautiful.
It is very,
Yes.
it is very, you know, it's interesting because, you know, she's got such a social media following and things like that, and it's interesting to hear her perspective on things. What do you think about Shirley? Shirley shared some interesting information with us tonight that, you know, that she's obviously had some issues in the past when it comes to reading and writing and obviously still been extremely successful. I mean, surpassing what I would think is normal success. What do you think
Right.
about that?
I think it's great to overcome difficulties. I've had a few challenges, still do, as life does that. But as long as you persevere, that's what matters.
Shirley, one of the things, and I'll say the same thing to Justin, that we talk about often on the show is this whole pain management issue. As you can see, my mom has severe rheumatoid arthritis. We talk about medical marijuana. What are your thoughts about medical marijuana, pain management, et cetera?
Oh, I gotta leave the show.
Where is it?
Is John Morgan here somewhere? No, because were you on my Facebook? Did you see the night that we found out that it was not voted and I went off? I mean, I really lost a lot of friends on Facebook.
I didn't see that. Really?
Yeah, I did lose a lot of friends on Facebook. Some church people blocked me. But you know, it's my own personal, you know, I've got osteoarthritis, I've got a bad back, I've got spondylolisthesis of the low back. My right foot's been operated on 4 times. My hips are grinding. I need a hip replacement. I mean, I got a lot of stuff going on. I know, you didn't know that either. You're learning a lot today.
I didn't know. I learned a lot about Shirley Sanford.
Well, I've already had
You get
that.
back on the camera and I talk.
Because that's kind of what Betty went through. She had hip replacement. So you've got like bone on bone.
Yeah.
Right.
They grind. I can hear my teeth almost grind walk. Because I just started power walking again.
I see your
because
pictures
it
every day
keeps
on
them-
Facebook.
If I don't, they get stiff. So it's a health challenge too. But the medical marijuana, the day that is approved, I will be out of pain because I will not take pain management. The pills, you have to go through the pain management, get so many, go back on a certain day. I'm not going to get caught up in the pill world. I've lost too many friends because of those oxys and all the, so I don't take anything, not even an aspirin.
Jesselyn, what are your feelings, and you don't have to agree with us, what are your feelings about medical marijuana and the whole pain management issue?
Ironically, I actually used to work in a pain management clinic.
Really?
Yeah, for 2 years.
Before you became this successful artist.
And, you know, I was only there for 2 years, but my best friend who I met there, she had worked there for 7 years. And you see these people come in and they are, you know, healthy, you know, they just gotten into an accident, but besides that, they're healthy and active. And over the course of years, you see teachers and lawyers just go down this drain of dependency and addiction, and bad things start to happen in their lives because of they become addicted to the pills. And then as far as medical marijuana, I was for it. I've always been for it.
Do you feel that I mean, I got to go back to the fact that you worked in a pain management clinic. Is that here in Orlando? Was that in
No,
Orlando?
it was when I lived in Melbourne.
So did you feel that people were taking advantage of it? Because one of the reasons that there's such a big deal, even right now with Betty getting her various medications and such, is because people took advantage of it.
There were tons of people. There were some people that legitimately need it. You can tell by their MRIs, and then there are what you call doctor shoppers, and they would, and this was before. Now they have a pharmaceutical database where you can't do that anymore. Some people can still slip through the cracks, but for the most part, you can't really doctor shop anymore. But I worked there in 2008, 9, and 10.
Okay, right during the heyday.
Yeah. So, there were definitely people, and like we started drug testing them. If they didn't have it in their system, we knew they were selling it for more hardcore drugs, because it's really just a pathway to, not always, it can be a pathway to harder drugs.
So Shirley,
So that's why I
you
deal
need
with the
hip.
pain.
You need the hip replacement then, double hip replacement.
I need that, and I need the left knee and the right knee starting to
Yeah,
go
you're
too
a
because of
caterer.
osteo. Yeah, and I'm on my feet all day.
You sound like
But I
Daddy
grit my
Ross.
teeth. I know.
What do you
I
grit?
do grit
But
my
you have
teeth.
beautiful teeth. How could you grit them?
They're all veneer because gritting them from pain.
Oh, I want veneers too. I mean,
It's because of
we
the
need
pain.
a veneer
I grit 'em at
sponsor.
night and I'm
Is that
just-
why?
I do too. Oh, maybe
But
I'll
your
do
teeth
Right
are
now it's
gorgeous. You
starting.
have beautiful
Thank
teeth.
you. Yeah,
but
I
that's
had
not
to-
a commercial for
That's
anybody.
not a commercial.
It's not a
I'm
commercial.
not going to say who did them. We got enough going on in the show
But
today.
that's why you got them
A
done.
lot of grinding and gritting my teeth, and at night.
Because of the pain.
Yeah. I'd wake up
Wow.
and both sides of my mouth would have like tissue where I had chewed, you bite, like you're chewing gum and you bite,
Your jaw.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
But
you're
I'd
so
rather
good
deal
at
with the pain.
you're very good at disguising all that, because I would never even know you're in that kind of pain.
Why? Because I'm walking. I can walk. Somebody else might not be able to walk. They may not be in as much pain, but at least I'm walking. So I just have to get up and just go. And that's why I don't sit down all day. You sit down, and Betty, you can attest to this. We used to do a
Amen.
lot of walking around.
Yes.
As soon as you sit down, you're done.
Stiff.
That's it. The day is
Stiff,
over.
Stiff.
You're done, because then you start swelling up, everything starts hurting.
Right.
So I go, because I know the day will come when you can't, and I don't want to be stuck with going to a pain management and being addicted to that stuff. I just
Right.
can't do it. So I'm waiting for the medical marijuana so I can do it legally and get my pain gone,
Right.
because it will work.
Well,
I don't know
wanna be
why.
first in
I'm
line.
thinking that,
You
but
know
I'm
what? That
thinking
could be
it.
part of your catering business. You could start a whole.
You just wait till I make my
Brownies.
snickerdoodles.
Yes, you can make those special brownies.
Yes.
Handmade
The brownies.
I will be
I
selling
gotta tell you a
snickerdoodles
funny
around the
story.
country.
And I don't mean to talk about this. I shouldn't probably talk about this.
that's okay.
Probably 4 or 5 years ago, I was at an event and someone brought around these brownies, and I was like, oh, I'll try one of these. And I ate a brownie, and I'm sitting there, and I went into this whole like, oh my God, the sky is beautiful. Oh my. I had no clue that they were not just giving me a brownie.
Did you see color? Was
we
there
were
color?
we were at a restaurant of all places, just sitting outside, and they came and acted like they were doing us a favor. Obviously, they were.
Yeah, they were. You just didn't know.
Many years ago, folks. Many years ago. All right, Betty.
Bring them home. That's what I would like to know.
We're still on the air.
brownies,
I don't know. You know, Mom, I think it's interesting that because I've obviously known my mom all my life. She's never had an interest.
Really?
She's never had an interest in any type. She doesn't really drink much, like, except she's got the mimosa in her hand.
Yum.
But, cheers to that. But you don't really. I'm surprised you're so interested in marijuana the way you are.
Well, it's because, like Shirley said, I'm tired of taking pills all the time. It's a pill here a certain time. Oh, wait a minute. No, can't drink. Got to take my pill.
Gotta do it before bedtime.
That's not, yeah, exactly.
Before food in the morning.
Exactly. And that's when I need the marijuana before bedtime.
Me
When I
too, sister. Give me some
get-
cheers on that.
When I get up.
I'll make us some snickerdoodles.
What's a
Right.
What is a snickerdoodle?
Snickerdoodle cookies?
What the hell? I take it.
What the hell? Cheers to
hell?
that.
What
Cheers
the
to
hell?
that.
Seriously, smoke it any way I can get it. I'll be first in line. You can be second.
I'll be second. I'll
Yeah.
be side by side with
Is
you.
that okay?
That's
Well,
a-
you know what's interesting, and a friend of mine, we have a mutual friend that explained it to me that medical marijuana isn't really something, and this is going to be something we talk about probably on every show going forward. Until this is passed, I don't see it going away.
I don't either.
And because I just watch my mom and the pain that she's in and such, but a friend of mine says that you don't feel the same effects on medical marijuana that you do on regular marijuana.
You don't. Oh, I heard that. No, but it's not. It's no, but seriously, you're red. Exactly.
Explain the difference.
You don't get the munchies.
So you don't want to go. You don't want to eat
everything
sleep.
in the kitchen.
You don't want to
No.
eat and go to sleep.
Your pain goes away. You don't have. It's not the sharp edge of the pain. It's almost like you take a mild pain pill, and it just kind of takes the edge off.
Well, I know somebody last week that we interviewed, not to mention her name, I won't, but her brother had been in a motorcycle accident, and they intentionally looked for marijuana for him. He couldn't get medical marijuana, and they got it.
Yeah.
And the whole concept was to make him feel pain-free.
Right.
When you see someone that you care about in pain, you want to do whatever you can to help
Absolutely.
them. It just fascinates me that people are working so hard to do the opposite of that.
They may not have the pains, and they may not know what the effect is, but they just don't get it.
And may I ask you something?
I don't have any with me. I don't, Miss Betty, I don't.
Sundays.
What?
Where is it?
Later.
Anyway.
Okay.
No, Sundays people look at you and they think, oh, you look pretty good today.
Yeah.
But
They don't see
know
inside.
the pain that you're in all the time.
Right.
And that's something I think people just will never understand unless you walk
I'm going to start carrying my MRI with me. That's a good thing. And I'm going to show it to people when I park in the handicap spot. I'm going to say, look at my MRI. I'll trade places with you if you'll take the MRI. If you'll...
Right.
Really?
Exactly.
Do you have people questioning
something else
Do you
today.
have people questioning you?
Oh, all the time.
Is it because you drive a nice car?
Yeah. Well, no, I think it's because I get out of the car and I walk into the store.
Okay.
But they don't know I'm gritting my teeth and squeezing my fist. You know, like look how red my fingertips are because I'm in pain right now.
You're in pain right now?
Yeah.
I know.
And look at my. But they don't know.
You have to
But
keep
see,
going.
in my mind, the way I deal with the pain is it could be worse. I could be in a bed. It could be worse, right? I mean, look where we are today.
I know this is a beautiful home.
Isn't this
We're
beautiful?
so fortunate.
It could always be worse.
You can look around you. I do this too. And I don't care if I am in pain. I look around and see people that are worse off than
Absolutely. And they are
So,
there.
you know.
So you got to pick
lucky.
your battles. You got to pick
We're
your
lucky.
pains.
Okay, so we're going to wrap this up. Betty, last minute words regarding the show today. Any comments?
It was just very funny. It was energetic.
Why you looking at me?
I loved it. I did. I enjoyed everyone that talked today. It was good. I did. The art was beautiful.
Thank you.
The food was delicious. The salsa.
Yes, that's a good thing.
And I enjoyed the business part of it. Even though I probably would never get to be in business of my own. But I really
Oh, you're a celebrity on the show,
You're
Betty.
already
You're
in-
fine.
I admire people though that do that. You know, because it's just great.
We'll have to
you
go to
can move
Maxine's
on.
Sunshine for dinner one night, so you can actually get to see her restaurant. Shirley,
Yeah,
anything you want to wrap up with? Knowing everything we talked about today, all the things you've exposed a
Just
little
don't
bit of
let
yourself.
your disabilities or your things that you think you should be able to do hold you back from business or from anything in life for that matter.
Because you're successful.
Yeah, if you want
You're
it, you go
extremely
get it.
successul.
Don't let anybody hold you down. Anybody hold you back. You want it, you just have to go get it. And if you wait on somebody to bring it to your door, it's gonna be a long wait.
You won't hear the
Door
knock.
ain't gonna knock.
No, it's
Miss
not.
Betty has another ching ching.
Jesselyn, any last minute comments to everybody?
The only thing I can say is just never stop. You know, if you're passionate about something, if you have a dream about something, just go for it. Try every avenue you can. Use social media, use face-to-face, apply for everything, and even if they say no, it's okay. Just keep trying.
That's my word for today. I said that to myself out there sitting listening to you women. Passionate about whatever it is in life.
Yeah.
That makes it.
I like that thing you posted on your Facebook today. I'm not crazy. I'm batshit passionate.
I was like, where did this come from? But
Where did that come from?
I'm a passionate basket case, whatever. As we wrap up today, everybody, thank you so much for joining us on Front Porch Chat with Randy and Friends. You know, thank you to all of our guests. Thank you to Liz for letting us be in her house with this new house. They just moved here in October. Continue to be inspired with people that I interact with on the show. They've accomplished their own goals. They decided what those mission statements were going to be, and then all of a sudden they're there. And so I hope that as I am inspired by them, that you too are inspired by their stories, and that you go out there and do your own things, because that's how we continue to grow, folks. That's how we actually make make this a better community and better communities throughout the country. So coming to a Front Porch soon near you. Thank you everyone for joining us on the Front Porch.
Randy and Friends.
Hi, I'm Sandra Fitzgerald, the Associate Producer of Front Porch Chat with Randy and Friends. If you're interested in sponsoring or advertising with our program, please email us at frontporchchatwithrandy@gmail.com. Thanks for viewing. Cheers.
Hurry on, come join us on the Front Porch. Laugh along, it's so fun. Come join us. Come on and join us on the Front Porch. Come join us on the Front Porch with Randy and Friends.
Hello everybody, we are here at Wildsides for our first viewing party for Front Porch Chat with Randy and Friends. Just got done talking to Jacqueline Siegel, who the show is that we're talking about that's airing today. We hope everyone will continue to watch Front Porch Chat with Randy and Friends at 11 o'clock every Sunday. Great job, Randy.
My name is Jeremy Bufford, and I decided to create Medical Marijuana Tampa after going through a struggle and a journey with my own father's medical problems. We used cannabis as a medical therapy, and it really changed my personal opinion, and I went into the process of trying to educate myself about what medical cannabis really means. What I do here is I oversee the overall development of the curriculum, managing the student relationship, making sure that everyone's expectations are met. There's a significant amount of technical development that goes into the process of running our school.
This is where we're going to do like distillation, talk about different extractions and how you can pull out essential oils of cannabis, make certain types of tinctures and so forth using this type of equipment.
I was really impressed with it. I was thinking, since my age, I thought it was going to be more toward kids, but I found out all breeds of people. They got a lot of knowledge that I didn't even know.
Hello everyone, I'm Randy Ross and welcome to Front Porch Chat with Friends every Sunday at 11. Cocktails, conversation, politics, and don't forget to grab your favorite lounge chair.
Previously on the porch.
You know, it's just ridiculous. It's so political driven. It drives me insane, actually. You know, it has been proven for someone like Miss Betty or your brother or, you know, many different forms of cancer treatments, you know, all kinds of things that medicinal marijuana has been proven to work. I like vapor. I do the vapor. I think the vapor is...
What's a vapor?
What's a vapor?
What's a vapor?
It's just...
Where do they keep it?
Where are you?
Share.
I'll share with you, Miss Betty.
Woo!
I love you.
I'm getting the vapors.
You don't hear of people sticking up people on the street to go get some pot. You do for
I never
heroin.
understood it.
Medicinal marijuana can help people all over across the board.
So you're not looking to run for anything. You're not going to tell us that today.
The Attorney General race isn't until 2018.
Oh, come on.
So we gotta get through 2016.
Black on white, white on black. It needs to stop. I mean, once we get to that point in life, I think we can live in a decent society.
In the last couple of years, we hear about it more than we ever have heard about it. Hey, Regina, it's Randy Ross. How are you? And I know that, you know, there's been some challenges over in Paramount. I'm just curious what your perspective is.
There's things put in place by our own people to help them alleviate, you know, some of the crime and some of the social issues that we face.
Thank you for that. I'm gonna let you go and let you go back to your meeting. We're gonna kind of talk about what you just said, okay? So thank you very much.